I know, chasing that dough, hitting that road, getting that money, man. All I know, loading that foe, kicking down doors, getting that money, man. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it Grizzly. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it Grizzly.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Gary Russell Jr. gets dethroned by Magsayo. Now, salute to the Philippines. You know we got love for the Philippines. It's my attempt to say the name. If it's incorrect, I apologize. Mark Magsayo. So, Conspiracy G, did you watch the fight?
Man, I fell asleep, man. I have a hectic life lately, so please forgive me, everyone. Right.
New year, new G. All right, TVE, did you watch the fight?
No, I didn't even get to see it.
New Year, same that. What was your reaction to the fight?
I thought it was a good fight. It was a good fight. I think the right guy won. You know, I thought that it showed that he wanted it more. You know, he came in and he threw it to me. He was throwing more and he wanted more. He landed some good shots. He hurt Gary a couple of times. Gary landed some clean shots too, but he couldn't deter the young man. He was focused. He was determined and he wanted this. He's been the mandatory for Gary Russell, and this is what he wanted. You know, I didn't like the excuses from Gary Russell. You know, to me, you lost. You lost. The kid wanted it more. If anything, you should have, you know, said that, you know, want a rematch or something like that, you know. But, you know, I thought it was a good fight.
What excuses did he have?
He had an excuse saying that his shoulder. He said he injured his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? But he said he injured his shoulder before the fight. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to bring it up, you know. And then, you know, during the fight, you know, say he ended up re-hurting it. And, you know, to the young man Mark's credit, he said, yeah, he hurt his shoulder because I was punching him in the shoulder. So yeah, that's why I was punching him anywhere I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? And the young man was emotional after he won his victory, which he should. And he got a phone call from the great Manny Pacquiao, you know, which was the best thing ever to the young man. So shout out to this young kid, man. To me, he won. I think he wanted it more. That's basically what it came down to. He wanted it more. Yeah, Gary Russell, he showed a lot of skills in there, and he had some clean shots in there. But this kid was just coming forward, and he was bringing the fight to Gary. You know what I'm saying? Gary, too much thinking. Mm-hmm. Too much thinking. Should have just let the hands go. But it was a good fight. Good fight. I could have did without the excuses.
You know, it's interesting. It was an interesting fight because before the fight started, they said that Gary Russell said he had an injury, but he wouldn't disclose the injury. And he said it may play a factor. It may not play a factor. And then I believe it was like the fourth or fifth round, Gary went for a right hook. And he actually landed the punch. And then his shoulder buckled. And you saw like instantly he was like hurt. And like then you know, Magsayo tried to jump on him, and Gary was able to like avoid the punches and hold him. But from that point on, Gary Russell never used his right hand again, like not once. He was just straight left-handed fighter. And he did land a lot of clean punches. I think it was a close fight. In my scorecard, I scored it a draw. I thought that Gary landed a lot of clean left hands. I thought he landed the clean punches. But the thing is, Magsayo, he was so powerful that his punches did more damage, visibly more damage, like to Gary Russell's face. When he would land to the body, it's like it would thud. You can see like the reaction when he would land a hook to the face. But I'll be honest, I was impressed with Gary Russell. Just the fact that he hurt his shoulder in the fight so early and continued to fight. He never looked for a way out. Even when the doctor came to see him, he said, yeah, my shoulder hurts. And then they tested whatever. And they said, you want to go? He said, yeah, I want to go. and he really tried to give it his all with one hand, but he lost. And to me, I had it 114. But I have no issue with Magsayo winning because I think he was more active. He landed the harder punches. I just feel like personally, as someone watching it and knowing that you have a guy in front of you who's only using one hand, he should have went for it more. But then I'm thinking maybe he's thinking this guy's playing possum, and as soon as I go crazy, he's gonna let that right hook go. But he won, and there's no argument. It wasn't a robbery. Gary Russell decided to go into the ring with the shoulder injury, and you know what I always say: once you walk into between those ropes, I don't want to hear no excuses. He walked between those ropes, and unfortunately, I have my own theory about it. This is my personal theory. My conspiracy is he's been inactive for 2 years. He doesn't fight. He takes long layoffs in between fights. I think he needed to check. And he got 6 kids, and people are saying, well, why didn't you pull out of the fight? Because he got bills. He got bills. Go ahead.
This is my time. I could redeem myself. I apologize again for missing the fight. But as an expert in right shoulder injuries, you can still land a punch. It's going to hurt, but you can still throw it. So, at any time he can let a right hook go, you know what I'm saying, or a right uppercut go. It's you're going to feel that pain, but your opponent might also feel the pain. So you're like real calculated, you're hesitant to throw it. If I land this punch, I'm going to be messed up. But however, you're like, I could probably still knock you out or at least hurt you. So that's what it is. So it's like, it really does hurt. It's just, do you want to throw it or not? You know what I mean? Because you don't want to do more damage to your shoulder. So I just want to throw that out there.
But no, yeah, definitely credit to him. It was just after the fight, saying it was a robbery, saying that you won 10-2,
He said that in a post conference.
No, yeah. In this interview, I can send y'all the link.
Was it great? I watched some of it. I was in and out though. I didn't hear him say that. He said it immediately after the fight, or he said it in a post conference.
No, he said it in the post. Okay.
In the ring, I thought he was a gentleman.
Yeah.
In the ring, I thought he was saying it was a good fight. Close fight. I thought I could have won. I thought that's what he said in the ring. But then after he said he won 10, he didn't win 10-2, bro. Stop it. As a matter of fact, I actually thought he started fighting better once his shoulder got hurt. Because I had Magsayo sweeping the first 2 or 3 rounds. So I was just and that was before his show. That was before he landed the punch that hurt his shoulder. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I actually just sent the link to the group. But yeah, he was just saying how he felt like his ring generalship and everything else, should have led him to the victory. But I just think it was the guy did what he was supposed to do. The young man Mark did what he was supposed to do. Shout out to Gary Russell. He'll live to fight another day. But I could have just do it without the excuses.
I think his ring generalship. I think it did show, but you got to do more. And the thing was, he would land 2 or 3 crisp left hands, but then Magsayo would land one body shot or one left hook, and it would just really have a reaction, and it would really be powerful. I think it's one of those fights where it's he just wasn't active enough. Although he landed some clean punches, the punches weren't as eye-catching as the punches that Magsayo landed. But even with that, I scored the fight a draw. I certainly don't think it's a robbery. Perhaps there was a swing round where I gave the advantage to the champion because I think even when he won, it was 115-114. 115-113. So it wasn't like the judges scored it as a blowout either. So he did get credit for his ring generalship. It just wasn't enough. And it just wasn't enough to retain the title. But I thought it was a good fight. Salute to Magsayo and accomplishing his dream of becoming a champion and ending the reign of the longest reigning champion in boxing, Gary Russell Jr., which was over 6 years. Is this the start of something new? We'll find out.
I just wanted to
outbox them, outclass them, outskill them. At least, like I say, 9 rounds to 3, 10 rounds to 2. Hands down.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
heard.
no, that's definitely inaccurate.
But y'all let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know who we are. We the Boxing Bros.